Folks, normally we would say Konnichiwa or Minasan Konnichiwa here. But unfortunately, we have got an email from John Laurinaitis from the WWE telling us that we had been released
due to budget cuts,
even though they made $250 million in the quarter. And they didn't wish us good luck or anything.
Nope. No good luck in your future endeavors.
Yep. Yep, it's like, thanks for nothing.
Thanks for these.
I'm just kidding. Konnichiwa, people.
Jordan desu ka? Minasan konnichiwa.
Anyway, welcome to Talk to Keki. I am Matt, your host. No, we're not going anywhere. You can't cancel us. You can't tell us to shut the fuck up. I'm Matt, your host, and joining me today is the co-high, Ethan. What's up, buddy?
What up? So, for those who don't know what the fuck we were just leading into with that, WWE, as of this recording, released 18 wrestlers, future endeavored 18 more people via email, and sent them off to greener pastures, because we all know life outside of WWE for 90% of wrestlers is more than likely going to be greener in today's day and age.
Yeah, that we do wish everyone luck. It's not always easy to have people lose a job.
Nope.
And that's why we're not happy in that regard. But a lot of those guys, they'll definitely get jobs. Someone just have to wait that X amount of time. So in the meantime, we ain't
going nowhere. We can't be stopped, 'cause we're bad boys for life. Hey.
Anyway, we got a fun show. We got stuff to talk about. We will try to keep it brief for the people.
It won't happen.
Like I said, keyword, try.
23 anime not equals brief, dude.
We will see. Anyway, we will get to that in a bit. We'll do a couple of news before we get to our reviews. Not a lot, but there's still some worth talking about. Did we talk about the Fruit Basket prelude or no?
No.
We did not. Oh, anyway, for those who know, that was confirmed after the Fruits Basket series, which I have finished, by the way.
Oh, you give us your thoughts. Matthew.
It is fantastic.
It's one of my favorite all-time series. Up until so I saw Violet Evergarden, and for me, because I've only been in the game for 3 years, Violet Evergarden was like the ultimate conclusion to an anime. And then they had Fruits Basket, and Fruits Basket surpassed that, in my opinion. It is the best conclusion to an anime, most complete, I should say. Let me rephrase that. Maybe not the best, but definitely the most complete conclusion to an anime that I've ever seen, ever.
Oh yeah. Well, I still didn't see the movie yet. Because I was busy catching up. But no, this was a very satisfying conclusion. All the characters are wonderful. How everything came to play with Kyo and Toru. Again, this how Kyo just opened up about the whole thing with her mother. The goddamn.
Yeah, dude, it was so raw. I remember watching Clannad and just for fucking 17 episodes, I think 9 to 23. What is that? 14. That's 14 episodes. For 14 straight episodes, bro, just fucking hysterically crying. And I didn't get that quite to that level with Fruits Baskets, but every episode without fail, bro, I shed tears because it was just so fucking impactful. At least to me, you know. I love things I love anime that give emotion, and goddamn, it gave emotion. We weren't doing this at the time, right? We weren't doing Spring. We weren't.
We were during the halfway points or the last quarter, and you didn't review Fruits Baskets till the finale.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And then I gave that 10 minutes.
So maybe we'll do a Keki Shop episode on Fruits Basket.
I mean, it's a tough audience considering who our audience is, but yeah, we'll see.
I was saying we'll find someone who loves it. If not, then we'll just talk about it.
All right. Then.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about more in depth with the 3 seasons.
The 3
give it a proper episode.
Indeed, sir. Indeed.
Anywho, they did confirm a prequel. The movie's actually coming out February 2022 in Japan, not us though.
Sorry, I'm trying to put my fan on.
Yeah, it's a prelude compilation movie.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was a mini series.
No.
Because I know it has to do with Toru's mom and mother and father.
It is
interesting.
Yeah, it still is. So
maybe we get to see them have sex.
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it'll be like that. Probably their final days together.
It will. Well, I mean,
like that.
Yeah, that's sad. But
All right. Anywho, we do have some announcements that got confirmed for animes, adaptations, originals, more movies. Sword Art Online Progressive gets another movie next year. The first one didn't even air yet, and they already got confirmed for a second one.
Well, it did air. It aired in Japan.
It did already.
Yes, it did air in Japan on Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
we're gonna get it on Christmas, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we
we'll
get
see
it.
what
Yeah, I think we get Sword Art Online in America, I believe, on Christmas Eve. Meanwhile, Japan gets the Jujutsu Kaisen movie on Christmas, and then we won't get the Jujutsu Kaisen movie probably until like the first quarter of 2022, I'd imagine. Hopefully.
Right. But anywho, yeah, not even a weekend. They already got announced for a second movie. We don't know what it's going to be about yet. I guess it's more the progressive story.
It is, yes. It's supposedly it has to do with one of like the best chapters in the whole progressive series, which is the fifth floor. The fifth floor, if I'm not mistaken, in the original Sword Art Online was like mentioned as like this like super like deathly like floor, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was either Kirito or Asuna might have died on, or almost died rather, on the fifth floor, or it's either that or they lost, if I'm not mistaken, they lost a bunch of like teammates. Maybe not Kirito, but Asuna might have lost a bunch of teammates on the fifth floor. So it's supposed to be like a super duper like serious like floor.
Right. But yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward to that. We don't know when in 2022, but it looks like it'll probably be fairly soon. All right, now we're gonna get to the TV anime adaptations. The manga Spy Family got an adaptation for 2022. Apparently, it's been getting a lot of buzz lately in terms of manga. We don't know a date yet. What studio is making it? The same people that made Vivi, Osama Rankin. So they're on a roll all right now. So I already know it's gonna be a fun time. All right. Next one, another popular manga, Tomodachi Game gets a spring. It's going to be released in spring 2022. I haven't read this manga, so I don't know how good it is, but I know
what's it about.
What's it about? Okay. I got the synopsis.
Please read it, sir.
Yuichi Katagiri has battled financial hardships his whole life, but has learned to stay content and positive thanks to his close circle of friends. To keep a promise he made to them, Yuichi saves enough money to join them on the school trip, but then the gathered money mysteriously goes missing. Suspicion falls into two of his friends, Shio and Makoto, who are in charge of collecting the payments. Although innocent, Shio and Makoto take responsibility for the failure to protect the money when no one else comes forward. A few days later, Yuichi and his friends receive mysterious letters which trick each other into meeting up. Upon arrival, they were ambushed and knocked unconscious. They wake up in a mysterious room in the presence of Manabu-kun, a character from a controversial children's show that stopped airing due to malicious content. So
this is like a lesser version of Saw.
I don't know. I'm going to keep going. He informs the group that one of them indirectly gathered them together in order to settle a large debt. They are to play a friendship game, a series of games that will test the strength of their bond and trust in each other. As the group's fate wavers due to the growing numbers of secrets and betrayals, Yuichi must figure out who of his friends he can actually trust and ultimately discover the identity of the traitor. All right.
So it's a mystery / non-murderous Saw / slice of life /
The manga has been out since 2013. They had 2 live-action movies in 2017.
/drama / mystery. So it's a bunch of...
It's a game psychological shonen.
I don't know.
I'll probably give it a watch and see. It actually does sound interesting.
That sounds like Angel. That sounds like something Angel would dream of. Like he'd love.
Oh yeah. Oh, he probably would. I'm pretty sure I'll tell him about it also. All right. Moving on to the next one. On air Dekinai gets a TV anime for winter 2022. Looks weird. Just looking at the poster. Well, the translation, we can't go on the air. We're gonna skip.
Cool.
And then multimedia project Technoroid announces an anime adaptation. Looks like it's made by game developer Cyber Agent and FX Pictures. There's no synopsis. I don't know what's going on, but I know it has a 2022 release.
Moving on.
All right, moving on. Yep, not enough info. We can't talk about it any longer. One more piece of news. Way of the House Husband is gonna get a live action movie now. Sometime later on in 2022. I'm excited for it. I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it. Of course, the same actor who plays as him in the anime and live action will be playing him again in the movie, and I cannot wait. I don't know when we'll get it, but I'm just overall excited.
Have you seen the live action on Netflix? I need to, like, it's on my list.
Yeah, it's on there. Once you go to the what you call it? Once you go to the actual for the actual show, is a side thing for the.
No, like I know, I haven't seen it. I'm asking you if you've seen it.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet. I would like to though.
Hmm.
I'm sure there'll be time for it.
Perhaps.
I believe, and that will be it for the news. And now we're going to talk about our first review: My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. The third My Hero Academia movie, another one that is not canon.
I hate it. I hate that.
Yeah, that's what makes it a little worse. Like it could have been.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know, man. So first off, before we get into it, let's do this. Give your rating and then give your thoughts on the movie. We're not gonna I don't want to go into like a deep review of it. You know, I mean, basically, the movie. For those who don't know about the movie's set in different locations around the world. Hence, World's Heroes movie.
Yeah.
Deku,
and half of them you don't give a shit about.
You don't give a shit. I mean, at this point, the story rather focuses on Endeavor's team, which consists of Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, and a bunch of other, of the main, what's it called? Main heroes from the movie, from the show itself. And
right.
So the synopsis basically is, while they are, let me phrase that, they are trying to break up a terrorist group basically called Humorize, that basically use trigger bombs. They're setting off trigger bombs, and for those who don't remember or don't know what trigger is that quirk booster that basically gives you like an adrenaline boost, and it boosts your quirk up to like inhumane heights, but then you come down, and it's like, it's like a drug. It's like I don't know. What's a drug that you like go to like crazy heights and then you just come down? Coke, maybe? I don't know.
I guess. I've never done Coke. I guess that would have to be.
It'd have to be Coke, right? I've never done Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that's what happened. So, but the trigger bomb is like an overload of this drug. So basically, they're overdosing anybody that has quirks. And the thing with Humorize is they're mostly all quirkless people, and they want to return the world to being quirkless. And so they're killing anybody with quirks. Of course, their leader, surprise, surprise, has a quirk, but I won't get into what it is or whatever the case is. But basically, Deku, while trying to do hero work on the side of his mission, gets caught up in some shit, and he's blamed for the murder of 12 people when he didn't murder anybody. So he becomes a fugitive and goes on the run with another petty criminal. Named Roddy, and basically the story is how him and Roddy, along with to a lesser extent Bakugo and Todoroki, take down the syndicate known as Humorize. I gave it 4 stars out of 5.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
It's like a 3.5 for you, maybe.
Yeah. If we're going like actual like out of 5, it would be a 3.5.
Yeah, I would give it like a 3.75 if I could. I can't do halves though. I feel like it's better than a 3.5, but
if we're doing that, then it would just be a 3.
I can't see it as a 3. Like, I don't know. It's better to me. All right, so to me, the movie was better than the first movie, but not better than the second movie.
No, it's still the second one is still the best movie.
Yeah, for sure. And best is subjective. There are a lot of people that will shit on these movies. I mean, fucking Deku's Spider-Man. For a large stretch of the movie. I'll give you that spoiler. He becomes fucking Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, with his that black whip.
Yeah, Kudo whip.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was a good movie. I was thoroughly enjoyed. Animation is always great. The story is it's my hero story. You know what I'm saying? So, one of my coworker watched it and he mentioned, he's like, it would have been great. It would have been a great like standalone OVA.
I mean, yeah.
That could have been done as like maybe a 2 or 3 part OVA. Like, do you know how they did like the training little thing, the training OVA? They could have maybe done like a 3-part 30-minute OVA, call it a day, and that's that. But I don't know. I didn't mind it as a movie.
Yeah. Also the villains.
I mean, all the movie villains aren't that great, by reality.
I know, but put some fucking effort.
Yeah, I know. It's not. They're not like fleshed out. They're not a Shigaraki or anything like that. So, I mean, no, but like I said, it's. I'm entertained. Like I said, the animation is great. The action is great. The fucking music is, it's straight and it does the.
Right.
It's normal. Nothing bad about it at all. Flows with everything really well. The story is just whatever, and that's really about it. Like I said, we don't want to really spoil it. It's still out there. Another piece of news in regards to the movie, it was the believe it is the came in actually no, well, it was number one in Japan. It was number
Right.
4 in the United States, number 5 in Canada, and it didn't even rank in Australia or New Zealand, I think, from what I heard. But it was the number 4 ranked movie of the weekend coming in. It made like 3.5 million or something like that. I have a funny story unrelated to the movie, but related to the movie. So I bought my tickets through Fandango, right? And it was supposed to be a whole group, like a whole big group of us, 7 people. So we get to the movie theater and I'm like, oh, where's this? It was supposed to be 2 couples and then my 2 buddies and I. So right. So 2
Right.
couples and then 3 homies. And I was like, what happened to the other couple? They're like, oh, they just broke up yesterday. They're not coming. And I was like, oh shit, that sucks. So I was like, hey, let me get my money back for them. Right. So I go and you can't return like 2 tickets. You have to return all or nothing. So I returned them all. And I went to go buy them again. Couldn't buy them. 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 Like I tried up until like it was movie time to try and buy them. Couldn't buy them. But the code and the QR code never got deleted from my phone. So when I went into the line, it was a guy scanning the QR code. He scanned the QR code and it let 2 of us in. Right. And it was done. It was
Right.
some random person's Yahoo email. They had bought 2 of the tickets in that row. And I was like, that's weird. What the fuck? So I told him, I was like, dude, yeah, there's like 5 of us. And I showed him the tickets. There were like legit 5 of us on my screen. He's like, oh, it's a lot of tickets. And I was like, yeah. And I looked at his name tag and it said training, which was super clutch. And I was like, I don't know, dude. Like it says it right there. He's like, well, just go over to the concession stand and they'll help you out. We start walking to the concession stand. It's a long ass line because people want popcorn and drinks. And we're like, yeah, fuck that. So my buddy's like, let's just go to the movie. I was like, all right. So I was sweating bullets for a little bit, but we basically watched the movie for free and I got my money back. So thanks, Fandango, for fucking it up.
Very good. Good job, Fandango. But yeah, we're not gonna go too much spoiler. Just gonna say the action's great. That's to be expected. Again, the villains suck like normal anime movie, shonen movies. So you're gonna forget about them once you walk out of that theater.
I wouldn't say forget, but I don't know. Did you get the manga, by the way? It counts as a manga on my anime.
Yeah, they fucking put the spoiler in there of the guy's quirk.
Oh, you read it before the movie?
Yeah, well, we had time to kill. I looked at it, and then it happened on screen. It's like you motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, it says, and bro, it fucking says in the thing, like, oh, don't look at this until the end of the movie because it's got spoilers. It does say that.
Well, I ignore that part.
That's not on them, then. That's on you because you're stupid.
It's still fucking...
Hontoni baka.
Well, this movie is still fucking back. What the fuck is with that Egyptian guy, Salam?
Matt Kuhn is a baka.
Leafin.
He said nothing. He's like, yeah, he's right. Fuck.
I was like, this fucking guy, I swear to God. Anyway, despite that, the movie's still meh.
It was alright. I'm not gonna shit on the movie. I don't ever shit on my hero movies. Like they're not.
I'm not gonna shit on it. It's just okay.
It's meh. Shits on it.
Yeah, but we're bleh.
That doesn't help. That doesn't make.
I scoff at you.
It's not, bro. That doesn't make it any better. So, did you feel like you wasted your $15 or however much a movie?
Oh no, I did not. I did not waste my $15.
Okay. I mean, I watched it for free, so I can't shit on it at all.
Exactly. You cannot.
Oh man.
But moving on, because we can't go into spoiler territory for this one.
No.
Let's get to the stuff we are watching separate. Since I am watching the most, I have the liberty of going first now.
Yeah.
Yippee. Yippee fucking kaye.
Try and keep it short, Matthew. We're on a timeline.
I know we are.
And go.
I just gotta figure out which one to go to first. Hold up.
The shittiest one and go on. I mean, we already know you're
probably... none of them are actually bad.
You're gonna probably, well, I mean, one of your favorites you're just gonna go with, I think, at this point is gonna be freaking Ranking of Kings. So I guess you could save that for last.
No, I'm not going to.
No, you're not going to. Okay, well,
I'm not going to. But anyway, Visual Prison. I'm gonna start with that as usual. Another good shit. Good shit in this one. We Eve. You get to hear their song.
Mm.
I'm saying their song because don't know their pronouns. They call him the mother. Sounds like a guy. I think it's just what's that one? Androgynous?
Androgynous?
Androgynous, yes. Androgynous vampires. That's all they are.
So they're gold dust vampires. Got it.
Yes, and they're fucking hot. That's all. I'm like, oh, they're fucking hot.
That's what you're gonna hear before they fucking bite you.
You know what? I kind of hope they do.
You'll never forget the name.
But no.
What's one of the names?
Eve is one.
You'll never forget the name.
And then Robin, Angie, the main villain. But Eve, but they find out Eve is basically also a bounty hunter that's been hunting vampires. They've been hunting them before being a vampire, and they had this amazing song because also the songs in these are describe their emotion. That's how they formally basically express themselves. So that's how you know it's coming from the heart, and it's legit. And that's why Julitia is the old singer. That's why he doesn't sing anymore, because he apparently cannot emote. But I feel like he's going to, and then join Angie's band next episode to get that inspiration again. Because after this episode, Eve joined Angie Robin's Oz band. It's like, oh yeah, you sing amazingly, and you're not a monster. Because Eve thought they were a monster because he found out he was also killing innocent vampires, and it's just damn. Like you just randomly killing vampires, even though a lot of them were they just wanted to live. They just wanted to live peacefully. It didn't realize that until becoming one. So that's good shit. Again, I just love the music. I just love the music mostly out of everything else. And the animation's nice. So it's still winning me over. It's still better than Nighthead. Fuck those people. Night Beyond the Tricorder Window. Another one. Another anime that's picking up, and I called it. Mikado's father is the main villain. They actually talk about that. They showed it was mostly a flashback of the mother and the father. Like you saw them together, and the father was someone who saw evil spirits, and but after being with the mother, he hasn't been seeing them. So that's why he's like, okay, he felt like he could live a happy, normal life until the son came, and now he can also see these ghosts. And the father was like, she's not strong enough with the both of us here, so basically one of us has to leave. So he's the one that walked out.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, pal.
Like, well, take care of your mother. I can't deal with this shit anymore. Bye. So because of this, the Mikado's like crying because the father left, and the mother. She's upset, but like, no, screw it. Like, I will take care of it, and that type of thing. And Mikado was actually talking to Erica while as a secondary thing. Like, Mikado was just talking to Erica, helping her with her homework. It's like randomly talking, and she talked about her fear of the father, but he doesn't know it's the father yet. So it's definitely intriguing. Again, I did wish it was a little darker from the posters and stuff like that, but I am taking it for what it is. So I'm happy with that. Osama Rankin. Osama Rankin now. I just watched the.
Every time you say Osama Rankin, I keep thinking Osama bin Laden. That's what I hear.
Rankin of Kings. I'll go with the English.
Okay.
I watched the latest episode before we went on the air, and both of them were fantastic. Boji's father died, and they said as his last will, Boji is the king. But the mother said, "Fuck that. Can he really trust him as a king?" So we're gonna go with the brother.
Oh, so his mom's a piece of shit. That's fucked up.
I'm gonna get to that actually. As I actually did, but now Daida is the king.
His older brother.
So yeah, the younger brother.
Younger brother. What the fuck? He's like 5. So how much younger is his brother?
No, he's not like I don't know his exact age, but he is still the first son, and he is older.
He's like a fucking child.
I know. He's just built different.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just built. Anyway, Kage, the shadow figure, he got chased out of town by one of the guards, Bibin, and Bibin told Boji, "Hey, Kage left, and you'll never see him again." So basically, he lost his kingdom, not even a day, and then that happens. Like he lost his only friend, basically. But Boji didn't believe him. He talked to the snake. The big snake. That's what because Bibin controls the little snake.
So how does he talk to a snake? Because he can't.
Yeah, but he could read lips.
What the fuck? Okay.
Boji can read lips, and he knows sign language, and the snake knows sign language.
Is the snake sign languaging?
Like he knows it, but when he talks, Boji can read his lips, so he knows what they're saying.
That's all I.
they talk normally. They talk like normal people.
That's so odd. Okay.
But yeah. So basically, it's like, oh yeah, no. Basically, Beeban just chased him out. It's not like he didn't want to see him. Like you'll definitely see him soon, but I can't talk. And so Daida, his first order as king is to kill anyone that supported Boji, and because they had a vote like before the thing, like the mother had put it to a vote.
Mm-hmm.
So Beeban told like to kill the people that did not vote for me. And Beeban went to Appius, the spear guy, and Appius just killed them easily. Says, oh, yeah, you're here to kill me, right? Yeah, let me guess. The king? Yep. Well, okay. So the guy failed his mission. He gets one task and he fails.
You had one job, goddammit.
He did! And then you actually find out from the mother, she actually does care about Boji. Like, you saw a flashback of when she's the second wife of the king. She usually tries to get along with him. And they actually... This is more she's concerned for his safety because, again, the people make fun of Boji.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't want that when he's the ruler.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't want to put him through for all that. And then Boji is like telling his mom that he wants to go venture on his own, basically. And for a while she said no, and then eventually she said yes, but you have to be accompanied by Domus and Hokuro. That usually happens. And then that happens, and then she gets this feeling that she's never going to see him again. We'll see. Last episode, Domus is a fucking traitor and pushed Boji off a cliff at the end of the episode.
Jesus.
And he was legit sad about it at the same time because you get flashbacks of how he was taking care of him. Boji's a good learner. He's like he was like a proud father. And then when he pushed him off into the fire went up. He started laughing. Then eventually started crying. And he's like, "Forgive me." And then what the fuck happened? I will talk about more, but we're on a tight schedule. So maybe I'll talk about it more later. Hike's story. Another one. Let's talk about the Emperor is dead. Kiyomori, the leader of the Heike Empire, actually died. He had a fever. He died of a fever. Yeah, they didn't have medicine back then. That type of thing. So if you're sick, you're pretty much fucked.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like legit burning up and all this, like smoke coming from his body, like stuff was like burning. Mm-hmm. And then he eventually started to pass over, and then word got around, and these other fates are like, "Oh, we can take over. We can get rid of them finally." And during all this, Biwa got kicked out of the house. So like we don't want you here anymore. Like the person taking care of you is dead. The emperor is dead. What good are you? Type of thing. Like you're nothing but trouble. So they kick her out. So and then she actually does start venturing on her own, and her goal right now is to find her mother because she's the only one that did not die. Her father got killed by the mother. So right now her goal is trying to find them while the Heike Empire is literally falling apart. They lost 70,000 men in the last war because they got tricked into like falling off a cliff.
So 70,000 idiots fell off a cliff.
Yeah, they were being chased around. They got cornered. They got to the point this is so dark out. They all fell off the cliff. So, but yeah, the Empire is going to be over in the next couple of episodes. And now one of the younger brothers is in charge, and he's fucking up. That's all I can say in that regard, that he is just in fact fucking up. All right, next episode, Lupin the Third, Part 6. This one was just an okay episode. This one was more filler than anything, since there wasn't anything about the Sherlock Holmes story. It shied away from that for right now. If you're familiar with Lupin the Third, those types of stories do happen from time to time. I just thought this one was a little too early for it. Like I kind of wanted another episode to evolve in the Sherlock thing. I could not finish it, but a little more build up to it. But I guess it's probably gonna be a short thing, so they're probably taking their time with it. Again, not the best episode. The whole season is gonna be 24 episodes, so they got plenty of time. Again, you can't win them all, but I'm still loving the series as a whole. So I really cannot. I can't be mad at it, as I say. I got one more. Sorry.
I mean, we're doing a lot better than last week, so.
Yeah, I'm going for the list. So I was like, man, I should have had this in. But Blue Period.
Not a red one, a blue one.
What?
Not a red period, a blue one.
No, the good kind.
You should definitely
But,
get checked out though.
yeah, regardless. So, another banger of an episode. Yator meets Maki in the art class. Apparently, Maki is someone that's considered in the top of the class, and they actually their class has an art contest, and Yatora placed in the middle of that exam, and Maki was first place, and she got upset because first place is usually bad luck for artists. But Yonosuke, the guy that was brushing off Yatora, he ranked beneath Yatora, so he was pissed. So he said like the class is a joke. We're not really learning anything. This just he basically said it was basic shit, and he was gonna drop out of school to just do things on his own. Find out he never showed up in class again. What you call it? But Yatora goes to the teacher for advice, more on feedback on his arts, like what's his like, because he knows he's still struggling, like because he's new to this. He's like what 6-7 months in right at this point. So he's still learning concepts and all this, and that's actually the techniques he uses for this contest to rank in the middle. So he's like learning like okay, like you need to, like whatever your shape is in the middle, that's how you go about it, like the circle or the square, that type of thing, like a box. So you go with that and you follow that through for the whole piece instead of just having different shapes all over the place. So then you don't know what's going on. You're throwing them off. Anyway, they go to the whole class goes to a festival. He's there with his old friends, the ones he kind of dished to go to the art school. But they know it's a different subject. They support him. They actually get his pictures when they're not real artists themselves. So I think that's interesting. So like they actually went through that in the first episode. Like they were talking about his art and like they actually got it. That's impressive. But Yatora eventually meets Yonosuke again and his mother, and then he walked him around the school, and then Yonosuke pulls Yatora to the side and he says, "I don't like you. I don't like that you just. I hate that you just walked in here thinking you could do this whenever, because you could do literally anything else, but the fact you just walked in here thinking you could do art, like it's an easy task. Like he was mocking Yatora for just basically coming in, and apparently he's good." And that legit upset Yatora. Like he was like legit upset. He was trying to show, and the friends were like, "Yo, did he say something to fuck you up? Because like we'll kick his ass if you need us to." And he's like, "He's fine, know that." And that made it, and he used that anger and emotion to like just draw this next beautiful piece. And it was probably one of his best pieces. Even the teacher was like so impressed with it. But it's so good. If you're an artist, if you've been to art school or had that major, whether you do it now or not, it's something that's definitely worth checking out. I think it's just beautiful in that regard because it actually shows the struggles of an artist, especially something that's selective. And I love this OP. This OP is so fucking. I think it's beautiful. It's awesome.
I gotta listen to it because I mean I know you don't watch Banished Hero. Do you watch Banished Hero?
I do not know.
Yeah, you're not watching Banished Hero, but I love the Banished Hero OP. It's like it's very smooth jazz like, and I like it. So I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll check out Blue Periods if you check out though.
Oh yeah, I'll do that to wrap the end. But I believe that is it for me in terms of what I'm watching by myself. I believe it's now your turn.
It is. Hold on, I'm sending somebody a text message about the EDC time.
Show them the dick pic.
Show them the dick pic. No, I don't keep those on my phone.
All right, good. No one should anymore anyway.
I take pictures in real time. All right, let me get back to the list that we have. That's so goddamn long. All right, cool. All right, my turn. Let's go.
My turn.
My turn.
All right. Oh God, we're gonna shut up.
I was gonna say, man, we sound like Boji. Oh,
no, you don't talk. How dare you?
If he did talk though,
go to the fucking corner. Think about what you've done.
Oh my god! I couldn't help it. I'm so sorry. By the way, for those who are listening, I totally respect those with special needs. Don't let my joke, dick in your ass. Anyway,
we love Boji. Well, I love Boji. He doesn't know him.
I don't know Boji, bro. But anyway, all right, let's start with Tawawa on Monday. I mean, Tawawa on Monday is what it is at this point. The last episode was funny. Basically, remember the story I told you about how the girl basically fucking convinced her teacher to basically get with her after she turned 18 and graduated?
Right.
So they live above Tawa, or I shouldn't say Tawaba. Tawawa is the city that they live in. Aichan, the main character's name is Aichan, and I forget her
Yeah, yeah.
sister's name, but the story focuses on her sister and Aichan. So the mother is doing laundry, and all of a sudden she sees a bra and like a lace, like sexy bra. So she calls her children in the living room. She's like, "Is either one of these yours?" She's like, "Oh, and they were like, "Oh, the tits are too big," and they were like, "No, like that's not ours. Like I don't own anything. We don't own anything like that." Blah 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 blah. And then or their mother's like, "I remember when I owned one of these." They're like, "Oh my god, you owned one of those?" The children are like, "Oh my god, you owned one of those bras?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's the reason why you two exist." But they realize like, oh, I bet you it's the neighbor. So they go up to the neighbor, and I forget the girl's name. She might be, is she Kohai? She might be Kohai-chan.
Yeah.
I think her name's Kohai-chan. In any case, they go up to Kohai-chan and are like, is this your bra? She's like, yeah. So she invites them in, they have tea, and she starts like saying, like, she's like, oh, I just got married, blah blah blah. She's like, oh my god, really? And she starts basically telling them the story about how, like, oh yeah, I seduced my fucking she's like, I seduced my sensei to be my husband. And they're like, oh my god, like they were shocked, like shocked out of their fucking minds. And then she's like, if you want, I could tell you how to seduce the man you love. And so I starts thinking about the salary man, who she sees every Monday on the train. And her sister starts thinking about Ai's best friend, who's like kind of like she looks basically lesbian. Like she's really tall. She's like the captain of the volleyball team, has short hair. She loves like feeling on boobs. So I mean, in anime, it's kind of normal, but if you read between the lines, you can kind of infer basically what was going on. And it starts thinking like sexy too. So like Ai-chan thinks about the salary man, and she's like butt ass naked in bed, like waking up after a night with him. And her little sister is basically all wet from a rainstorm, and Ai's best friend is taking off her clothes and shit. So it's super sexual, and they're like, oh my, like they're like just fucking like infatuated with it. But they were saying, they're like, oh no, we can't do that, blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, how come you don't have a wedding? They're like, oh, because people will frown upon the fact that my sensei is way older than me and I seduced him, so we just whatever. It was what it was from that standpoint. So like I said, if you don't appreciate something like that, I wouldn't recommend it for you. I mean, it's only 5 minutes long. That's why I watch it. It's definitely a lot edgier than the first season, like I said before. Moving on, we'll go with Banished Hero next. I love, it's tough. This season has so many different couples of the season, I think. You can go with fucking what's it called? You can go with Komi and Tadano. You could go with Futaba and what's his face, and Takeda Senpai.
Yeah.
You can go with freaking
Sakurai and
yeah, Sakurai and Kazuma. But I mean, dude, freaking I mean, my two favorites are from Banished Hero. Besides Komi, you know what? As of right now, Komi and Tadano, I think, will eventually take over.
Hey,
but
we'll talk about that.
we'll talk about that later. Yeah, my favorite right now is from Otome Fairy Tale, which I'll get into next. But one of my second favorites is Red and Rid, Red and Rit. Sorry. The last episode, basically, they what's it called? They the fucking what is it, the Adventurers Guild, they want Rit back, and she doesn't want to, she really enjoys being with Red. Like you definitely like see that she really loves Red. And so as she's sitting next to Red, or standing next to Red after they try to convince her, she reminisces on the last time that she saw Red. And it was basically they were going to face the Demon Lord, and to get to the Demon Lord's castle, they had to go through a bewitched forest, and they had to use the guide of an elf. The elf is really close with Red, known then as Gideon. Like, she's all up on him, and it made Rit jealous. And the elf, I forget her name. It's like a long like name, but it made her as jealous. And so she's like, you know what? Like, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a bath with Rit. And she's like, huh? And so she drags her over and they take a shower, and they're butt ass naked. You don't see anything. Anime stuff, anime tropes. And basically, she just reaffirms, like, even all the way back then, like a couple years, whatever passed, like she was in love with Red, or Gideon at the time. And she's like, you just have to, like, show him how you feel. Da, 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 da. And so it basically goes on through the battle of the battle that they did to get through the forest to get to the castle. and how much Red really cares about. I'm sorry, how much Rit really cares about Red. At the same time, we also see how savage the hero Rudy, which is Gideon's little sister, how savage she is. Like she's fucking murderous, murderous. It's crazy, but in a good way. Like she's super murderous, and like she's super cold. Like she's really, really cold, kind of bitchy, but she's got a good heart, and she really loves her brother. And so we see basically how the two of them they interact throughout the time, and it's yeah, like I said, they're a really cute couple. And this happens. I'm sorry, I should have backed up and said this happens after Red, as a gift, gives Rit a bracelet with a not a rhinestone, a gemstone in it, and it makes her all happy. Da, 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 couple stuff. But the couple of the main things is we see, like I said, that reaffirmation of their feelings. But the end of the episode is pretty significant because the end of the episode shows the hero Rudy, and she's alone basically on her adventure, and she's like, I miss my brother. Things were different when my brother was around. Things were better when my brother was around. She has a flashback to after when Ares, which is the cunty fucking lieutenant of the party, tells Rudy that her brother left because he's embarrassed or whatever the fuck. Like basically lied to Rudy. And Rudy knows he's lying. And Rudy fucking with a single punch disembowels the fucking guy. With a single punch, she fucking disemboweled him. He throws up like just fucking hordes of blood, and he's like on the brink of death. And she's like, no, I have to calm down. This isn't right. She's like, I'm sorry. And she fucking instantly heals him with her power. Like she's a whole ass savage. But basically, at the end of the episode, she says, I miss my brother. I'm gonna soldier on because I'm the hero Rudy, but there's a hole where my brother used to be. And I was like, oh man, I felt that. Moving on to Otome Fairy Tale. Again, my couple of the season thus far rather, it is fucking what goddamn, I forgot her name. Yuzuki and fuck, what the fuck is this guy's name? This is how I know I watched.
Which one are you talking about?
Otome Fairy Tale. I'm forgetting the fucking.
Are you talking about the girl, the main girl?
Oh, the main girl is Yuzuki. I'm forgetting who the fuck the guy's last name is, or what he goes by. Something. No.
Shima Tamahiko.
Tamahiko-sama. Yeah, Tamahiko. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for that. Tamahiko.
Oh, I don't even watch it. I told you.
I'm telling you, you should watch this though, bro. It's really.
I have too much. I can't do anymore. I cannot add anymore.
God, I know, bro. God damn, it's so adorable. So,
I know.
This episode focuses on Yuzuki. She gets sick. Like she gets really sick. She's basically exhausted. Heat exhaustion and just exhausted from the work, and she collapses. And basically, Tamahiko and his little sister, Tamako, basically they have to take care of Yuzuki while she's sick. And so Tamahiko tries, but because he's a cripple in his arm, he can't do basic functions to try and help her, which leaves Tamako basically to do everything by herself, which she understands. Like she gets frustrated, but she understands. The sensei that's there basically comes over, like diagnose her with exhaustion, and so Tamahiko goes to pay him, and the fucking sensei just goes off like, oh, you're a slave driver, like, oh, you probably do fucking really nasty shit with that girl, and you bought her as your concubine, and just basically judging him because he's rich. And Tamahiko is, he doesn't interact well with other humans, but not in like an angry way. Like he feels anger, but he just can't vocalize it. So he just stands there and just takes his scolding until his sister comes over and fucking just scolds the fucking sensei and walks him out, and then scolds her brother for being a pussy basically, and saying like, why didn't you stand up for yourself? Like, I know those things aren't true, and you guys genuinely love each other. Why didn't you defend her? Why didn't you defend yourself? You should have defended yourself. And they had like a brotherly sister moment where they just said, I'm sorry, like you have to do this. I'm sorry you're here. It's just like, no, this wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been such a bitch and hadn't showed up randomly, blah, 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 blah. And they end up like having like a moment with each other. Yuzuki gets better. She wakes up, she feels better, and then she goes to sleep. Tamahiko is thinking about her a lot, so he walks into her room during the middle of the night to see how she's doing, and she sees that she's like breathing heavy and she's bleeding because she's been scratching at her chest, and there's a tight wrap on her chest, and she's like, she's like, take this off, it's hurting me. And so Tamahiko's like, he knows like it's her chest. So she's like, I'm sorry. So he basically takes some scissors and cuts the what's it called? The tape that's restraining her chest, and some giant titties fall out. This little girl, 14-year-old tiny ass girl, has humongous ass titties. And so she feels better immediately because the wrapping isn't constricting her breasts anymore. And she thanks who she thinks is Tamako, and realizes, nope, it was your husband, Tamahiko. And she's instantly embarrassed, like, because she didn't reveal to him that like she had giant boobs and that they bother her, and she's self-conscious about them and stuff. But they share a moment amongst each other afterwards, and it's really nice. And then by the end of the episode, she basically says, like, she basically doesn't say it, but she lives with her boobs like out, like, she's not constraining them anymore. And the episode ends with Tamako saying, like, I'm gonna go back home because after this experience I want to be a doctor, which is very nice. So that's the end of that episode. Moving on, we'll go with Scarlet Nexus. Scarlet Nexus, like I said, the story is getting really good. The last
I forgot all about that.
About what?
Scarlet Nexus. I forgot that was still going.
It's still going. It's gonna end the season. It ends at 26 episodes. So this season will be the end of the first season.
Okay.
I mean, it's still going because the game is still going, but I don't know how this is gonna continue on, I guess. I mean, I don't know. We'll see if they even do a second season. I mean, it's not like one of those like overly popular ones, but everybody I know that's played the game really likes the game. My nephew likes the game. My buddy downloaded it on Xbox. He likes the game. It's the same exact story from what I heard. My nephew told me it's the same exact story that the anime is telling. So I don't know. It just translates better on the game, I guess, than it does in the anime. Like I've said, the anime, like some of the animation is meh. The action's okay. Nothing bad about the action. It's just not stupendous. But the story is pretty good for what it's worth. So the story continues to be really good. We basically learn this past episode. We learn the backstory with Karen, Alice, and Fubuki, and we basically see that, and we learn that that Fubuki and I'm sorry, Karen and no, is it no Karen? Karen basically, Karen and her and his little brother are born duds, and they're also scientifically altered. And that Fubuki and Alice were arranged to be married for the longest time. But we also see that Karen, over the course of the episode, starts to fall for Alice, and he never tells Fubuki, never mentions anything, never reveals it. But you can really tell, like he likes Fubuki and Alice. I'm sorry, he likes Alice rather, and Alice. There's something there, even though she loves Fubuki, because that's their range and they grew up together and stuff. But there's something there between Alice and Karen as well. And so we basically see the whole like how they develop, how Karen got his powers, how they were in the OSF together, and then we see basically there's an incident with the extinction belt that it comes down on top of Alice during a mission, and basically because it traps her inside of like this bubble which belonged in the extinction belt, that's how she turned into an other, and it basically took Fubuki using his lightning power to subdue her. But they realized, like, we don't want to kill her because that's my wife, that's your best friend, whatever. So they kept her inside of that facility that we've seen throughout the series until she sacrificed herself. And of course we know now that Karen is going back in time to try and save Alice again, and he said it in one of the previous episodes. He's like, I'll press the reset button no matter how many times it takes in order to save you, because like again, he really likes her.
Okay, Subaru.
Basically, dude, he basically can go back. He can travel in time. He doesn't kill himself. He just travels back in time. So, that's how we learn that sad story. And the episode ends with some shocking news as they're coming out. Kagero asks to speak to Yuito alone, or outside rather. So they step outside. Everybody steps outside, and he's like, Yuito has something to tell you. I know who killed your father. I killed your father. Huh? Nani? And that's how the episode ends. The newest episode dropped today as we're recording on Thursday. I haven't seen any of the Thursdays, so I haven't seen Komi, haven't seen the newest episode of Komi, haven't seen Scarlet, we haven't seen the let me phrase that. We haven't seen Komi, nor have we seen Aquatope. And
we saw last week, so we saw last week.
Yes, we will talk about last week's episode, but we didn't see today's as we're recording. We'll talk about that next time.
You got 86 left.
No, I have Boruto and 86. Moving on. Boruto is easy. There's nothing much to talk about Boruto. Boruto, basically, as we mentioned before, they're going through the Chunin exams arc. The last episode is like kind of like a slowdown arc where they get a day to themselves to practice, and so we see all the people basically practice. So we see Denki. Denki develops a scientific ninja tool, and we learn that scientific ninja tools are going to be allowed in the battle as long as you develop them yourself and hone them yourself. And Denki, of course, is super smart, super good with technology, so he's got this incredible super tool. Iwabe is with him. Iwabe is gonna lose because he's meh. Wasabi and fuck, I forget her name, but they're basically the girl from the Iron Village, the Hidden Iron. Basically they train together, and we find out that as she gets a letter toward the end of her training, and it says that she's gonna return to the village after the Chunin exams, and she's gonna be a member of leadership. And she gets like super excited. It's the first time you ever see her like really excited in the series. And she basically thanks Wasabi and Namida about everything she learned, everything being with them. She's gonna basically try and take the samurai village into a village similar to the Leaf, something better. Da da da. And Wasabi and Namida are kind of sad, but they accept it for what it is. But at the same time, this is the second member that they've lost, because they lost Sumire when they were together, since she went to go be with the Scientific Ninja Tool team. So they're a little sad. I don't expect Wasabi to move on. I don't know about the other girl as well, the girl from the Hidden Iron. Anyway, we see Chocho and Inojin. They have a basically a dinner with Shikadai at the famous barbecue place that Asuma used to take team. What team were they? Team 9 or some shit? I don't know. But they used to take basically she used to take Choji, Ino, and Shikamaru. So they have barbecue spot there, and they lament basically. They start reminiscing on the past, how they've been together so long. They've been together for so long. They've had the matching pajamas when they were children, and they were all planned around each other and stuff. But basically, Shikadai basically tries to give them words of encouragement, like you don't want to be, you don't want me to be the only one. And we learn later that Chocho really takes that to heart, because of the fact that she doesn't want to step behind Inojin or Shikadai, and the more that that her and Inojin fail, the more it feels like they're using Shikadai, which Shikadai won't ever feel that way, but she takes it to heart, and it means something. Boruto and Mitsuki train together, and I know. Boruto and Mitsuki.
What? You know what?
Oh, because you just made that sound, and I was like, I know it's not the fun. In any case,
Okay.
I know. Boruto and Mitsuki, they train together. Nothing really much to that. And then the final person who's there, Sarada, she basically. Oh, I forgot about Hoki. Hoki is the Kakashi basically lookalike, the Kakashi wannabe, and he basically has been working missions with Sai, part of Black Ops Ambu. So they have like a Genin squad of Black Ops Ambu, and he basically is like, he's confident. He's like, everything I learned from you, and he starts like naming off like some of the things of the Ambu, like the principles of the Ambu that he trained and understood, and so he's like, I'm confident, I'm pretty good. And Sai's like, I look forward to seeing it. And Sarada basically speaks to her father, asks her father for advice. Her father's like, you have to just be prepared for everything that'll come in a battle. I lost my eye, and he talks about his Rinnegan. He's like, I lost my eye in the battle, but I'm not upset. I'm not worried. I was prepared for that. I was always prepared at your age. And he basically says like Sarada's a much better ninja than he was at that age. I think they're like 12 or 13, but that she just has to be prepared for anything that'll happen. And she's like, yep, I'm prepared. And that's basically how the story ends. Actually, no, the story doesn't end that way. The story ends with 3 bandits coming into the village to cause hell, and that'll probably happen. That happens the morning of the final, and that'll happen basically at some point during that arc. So there's that. And then moving on to 86. The fucking best episode of the series thus far. I cannot tell you. Matthew, please, for the love of God, please watch 86. Please.
I will.
Please, man.
I will, goddammit.
Oh my God, dude. This is the best episode of the series thus far. The large scale attack happens between the Legion and everyone, from the Confederacy to the Republic to every theater
has a mass scale attack with Legion, and bunches of motherfuckers die. A lot of motherfuckers die. But at the same time, those goddamn 86 fighting for the Confederacy, Shin and his group of men and women. Oh my god, the six of them fucking they take an entire like two legions, kill them all, and make them do a retreat. It's fucking glorious. But the meat the meat in it, besides the glorious mech action that occurs, it's nothing but action throughout for the majority of the episode. It's fantastic. The bulk in terms of the story is Federica uses her power because she's trying to find her lost knight who she wants to kill. So he uses her power to try and find him, and finds that he's located over in the Republic. And at the same time, she's like trying to find Shin. She's trying to take care of Shin. She's trying to find out what's going on with Shin. So she sees Shin. Shin is a goddamn psychopath. He has the eyes of a psychopath. He's like laughing maniacally while he's destroying these fucking mechs. He's insane. He's fucking insane, and it breaks Federica's heart because she starts flashing back to her knight named Kiri, and it's the same exact face. They've gone fucking insane. And even though Shin is able to control it because she's scared and she doesn't understand Shin to that level, and so when they return back to base, she confronts Shin, and Shin, his typical gloomy self, and she just cries in his lap, just cries like you're an idiot. You've become just like him. You shouldn't fight like that ever again. And he's silent and he just holds her. Meanwhile, the best part of the series is we see fucking Lena. Lena is her typical bitchy, angry self at the circumstances. As she's walking to her post, there's a giant warning that occurs, like, and on the Confederacy, or I'm sorry, on the Republic TVs, and all the racist fucking people from the Republic. They're like, what the fuck is that? They're all drunk in the fucking in the military facility. Like, they don't give a fuck. So she realizes, like, oh my god, like one of the images she sees is like basically the front gate of where the Republic is, that separates the Republic from the other 85 districts where the 86 are. It's fallen, it's destroyed, it's completely on fire, and she's like, oh my god, oh my god. So she fucking starts rushing over to her station to try and figure out a defense, and she's confronted by her uncle, the general. And basically, the general asks where she's going. She's like, I'm going to come up with a defense. We have to stop them. And her uncle was like, listen, you shouldn't do that. He's like, the 86 have no reason to defend us. This country deserves to fall. It deserves for its people to die because of the heinous way that we treated the 86 and how we're all idiots and think that we live in this peaceful world. It's time for a reality check. And Lena refutes that, and she's like, no, the 86 do have a reason to fight for us, and I'm gonna be the ones, whatever. And her uncle's like, all right, you know what, that's fine, I'll provide you cover, but tonight is the night that your dream dies. Like, any child is, he basically quotes, any child is allowed to dream until they learn from themselves that their dream is a lie and their dream dies, and tonight your dream will die, Lena. And he said, but he offers to basically go make cover fire for her. And instead, like, Lena's pissed off, but then she realizes, like, the major's gonna help her rather. And so she salutes him and says good luck. She goes to her post, and she recruits every 86 available. She becomes the head recruiter for them, every 86. And the next episode will be how the Republic fight the Legion. And it's incredible shit. There's an after credit scene to the episode, and it basically shows Frederica and Shin breaking down what's going on with the 86. And then all of a sudden, Frederica sees and hears Kimi's voice saying, I'll kill you. And there's a flash, basically. And Shin basically jumps on top of Frederica and tells everybody to get down. And there's an explosion. And then that's how the episode is going to start next week, with some ambush that happened. So, goddamn fantastic episode. It is is one of my, I hate this season because there's so many great anime, and because there's so many great anime, there's a lot of animes that are going to get lost in the shuffle and not going to get appreciated. Jobless right now, Komi, like, they're getting all the buzz of this season. Demon Slayer will take over when it comes up, but goddamn, 86 is flying under the radar. It is simply fucking superb. I cannot stress it enough. It will be one of my top animes of the season. I don't know where it's gonna fit, but by God, it will be in my top 5 somewhere. Fucking.
Well, very good. And I know a lot of people are loving this episode. They said a lot, and just like what you said, they've been saying it's the best in the series. So a lot of good shit. But when we come back,
shit, pal.
It's good shit, pal. Tadaimas.
Okarina nasai, Koshijin-sama.
All right. We're gonna talk about the only one left in the summer. Again, no one really gives a crap about it anymore, so this one will probably be quick. Aquatope.
It's really fallen off, dude.
It has. It really has. But again, we are committed to finish.
I'm damn it. Like for me, part 1 was like a 4.5. Part 2 is like a 3.
Yeah.
It's like a 3 for me. It's not bad. It's just meh.
Yeah, this one should not have been a 2-parter.
It should have been like an OVA.
No.
Episode.
I mean, yeah, there's many episodes of OVAs for them working there, but
long story short, for this episode,
it's a filler.
It's a filler. Kukuru, Fuka, and Udon-chan basically coordinate their day off, and they want to do a coworker
day,
relaxation day, and so they invite all their coworkers, all their female, well, basically all the coworkers in general, invite them over to the house, and they all get together. They do skincare treatments, they eat, they drink a little bit. Everybody gets together. Kukuru and what's her face? Chiyu get closer. It's a good time. They do fireworks at the end. Chiyu's son is there. Everybody loves him.
And Kuya still hates women and gets drunk.
And he gets shit-faced, but he ends up having a good time when fellas get there. And it's a fun little episode. There's really nothing else to it. Moving on.
But I did like the Kuya and the Fish Freak.
I like him. He's one of the
Eiji. Yes, I like Eiji. He's one of the better new characters.
He is one of the better new characters for real.
But I liked how they bonded over Fish. Like, haha, you're wrong. Fucking that guy knows his fish.
Who would have thought, bro?
Yeah, Kuya. The guy that hates women knows fish. And he's like bonding with this other guy.
I feel like he hates women because all the pussies he's fucked are fish.
No, the dolphin pussy is apparently the best thing ever. So,
I mean, and we also found out Kukuru sucks at massages, and she probably won't ever turn anyone on with a massage.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm not. I have to talk about it. No, moving on. Okay.
Yeah, moving on. That was
now Gambare Doki-chan.
Gambare. It's actually it's a
Ganabare
Doki-chan.
Hakuna Matata.
Some of your Japanese pronunciations really fucking terrible.
These are gonna be short and sweet. We finally see Senpai-san.
Yes, we do.
And while Doki-chan invited Doki-kun out to dinner, you see Senpai-san go into Doki-kun saying, "Hey, go with me instead." And Doki-kun's like, "I'm flattered."
You're forgetting that Kohai-chan wanted to tell her feelings. She wanted to be honest and reveal her feelings to him at dinner.
Oh, yeah, that. And then, he probably would. Yeah, Doki-kun probably would have done the whole "I love Amelia" thing. But anyway, outside of that, so Doki-chan was excited. Like, is he gonna turn Senpai-san down? No. And you find out at the after credits why Senpai's like, "Oh, he's talking about you, right? Yeah, good. Bring her along. Let's all hang out." So that was what happened to that. One for that's considered an ecchi anime. It's not really ecchi.
No, Tawawa is way etchier.
I know. This just seems like it's just harmless.
It is. I mean, like I said, I like these 5-minute shows because
No, it is good though. But I think with the ecchi categories, the only that's really ecchi is sometimes the outfits and her wet dreams of wanting to get fucked by him in the elevator.
Basically, like I said, Tawawa is way etchier. So and they come out at the same time. So basically, Ganabare comes out first, and then like an hour later, Tawawa comes out. But they come out in Japan like late in the evening, I guess, in the morning, given.
Right.
Weird. Like literally, those episodes are available at like 8 or 9 o'clock Eastern for us, which is so odd for an anime to debut at like 9 o'clock at night. But in any case,
all right. So we're gonna get to the actual good stuff, folks.
Yes, let's start with Komi this week.
Yes, let's start with Komi. Our new favorite character. Well, my new favorite character came into play finally,
and we don't know what it is.
Oh well, Osana's gender is Osana.
Osana. I mean, I think Osana's a girl because she said Tadano made her way.
Well, that's right. Even the manga, they don't tell you still.
And to this day, we don't know.
They still do not. I actually like it like that.
have they like? Do you see any like semblance of Opie or anything
Nope.
like that at all?
No. No, not even the trap experts can figure them out.
I mean, to ask our favorite trap.
I mean, Osada could be.
She doesn't beat fucking our favorite trap. I always forget his name.
Suka. Yes.
Suka-san.
The name's weird. But anyway, Najimi Osada, which literally means childhood friend. That's what their actual name means. And now, before that though, Tadano was like, okay, we're in class right now, Komi. I'm gonna help you introduce to your friends. And since he's so popular, it should be easy, right? Wrong. He goes to them and say, hey, don't talk about Komi in front of us. I will kill you on the spot. You gotta Tadano. Like you shouldn't even be near her. You shouldn't even be near her or anything. You don't deserve to be her friend. Go fuck off. That's all I say to
I hope he fucks Komi in front of them all. It'll never happen, but that's what the whole time I was thinking, like, I hope he just gets fucking rails Komi. Says, oh, who the fuck are you?
Imagine that during graduation.
Fucking railing the fucking girl that you all fucking worshipped. Just fucking railing this bitch. Just,
yeah, not bad for a side character, huh?
Fucking full chimpo and manco. Fucking full of it. Full sechi everywhere.
Right?
Fucking, I almost just dropped my goddamn bottle.
Stop dropping your shit, man.
Cause I'm doing the fucking thrusting motion with my hand.
Yes.
You can't see it.
But all right. But Tadano. Anyway, ignoring you. That's normal. Tadano goes to Osada, telling them, "Hey, could you help being Kobe's friend?" And they actually refuse, kind of, because apparently there's a flashback where Osada tried to befriend Koji.
There's a big difference, dude.
Yes, Kobe when they were kids, and Kobe was still the same way, not talking even as a little adorable wee child.
You know, by the way, real quick, related and unrelated. People bitched about how there was no things for the first episode, no translations for the kanji and the hiragana.
Oh, during the chalkboard scene, right?
Yeah, during the first and this episode, I felt like it was OD. Like everything was translated. It was almost hard sometimes to follow with the translations.
Yeah, I think that's why they didn't do it, except for like the important one.
Yeah, dude. Like I get it to a certain extent. Like I remember that was one of my complaints that I hated about God, what the fuck? The one that was on Netflix.
Rector Ragnarok,
because they didn't do that. Like they would show you like the kanji for like a character, and you wouldn't know who the fuck it was until they said the person's name, and that irked me.
Right. Yeah, that was a very annoying. But anyway, Tadano was considered a stalker by people because he was watching Osada and Kobe from afar. And then you see this big, bulky, buff guy go into Osada, asking them for a date. And then Osada does the whole, "Really, the girl, I'm a guy," like throwing them off type of thing. And this guy did not care. This guy did not care at all. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you mine or else." And then Komi.
He went Boku no Pico on its ass.
Right, yeah, that. And then stop it. Stop it. Anyway, but while that was going on, Komi went Pillarman on this guy with this blank stare that it looked like she was gonna kill him, even though she's just trying to give him his key.
Dropped his house key back, and she wants to be kind and fucking, here's your house key back. But he says
he took it as, I'm gonna kill you with this key. I can do it too. And he was terrified. And then he ran away, and then you find out what she was really trying to do. Yeah,
but basically, what's her name again? Their name.
Thank you.
What's their name again?
Osana,
basically, because at the time she was like getting like grabbed, like she was gonna get like fucking like hurt, molested, something in front of them. Like it looked like bad news. And basically Osana realized like, oh my god, Komi saved me. Like I want to be your best friend, and they become best friends. And it's super awkward.
Yes. But Komi does the little happy gems.
Yeah, she's happy.
Komi's cute.
She got her second friend.
Yes, Komi's super cute. Anyway, Osana talks to Kobe about this drink that they got at this market, like this pistachio type frappe thing.
It's a Starbucks, the Starbucks of the show.
Yes, and then the Kobe's like, "Hey, I should get." So she goes there, tries to make the order.
Incorrect. No, Osana told fucking Komi, like, listen, buy this for me. If you don't buy it for me, we're not gonna be friends. And she's like, okay. And she goes over there, and Tadano's like, Osana, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's really rude and mean. And she's like, no, this will help her like talk to people more. It's like a test for her. And I get my drink.
But she unfortunately failed because the Starbucks guy was like, I know exactly what you want without you even talking. You know, she was kind of pointing at the picture. Oh, she missed the picture because it wasn't there. She was looking at the wrong one. Yeah. He's like, say no more, fam. I got you. Wrong drink. Gives her the wrong drink. And it's like A for effort.
And she apologizes, but telling her to get the drink.
I'm sorry. And that is where we are with that. Very cute, very fun.
I laugh a lot.
Oh yeah, especially how they just assume what Kobe thinks they're going to say. It's really not it. It just comes out as adorable.
Yeah, I laugh a lot. It is adorable. Like there's no real rom as of yet in this com. It's all mostly com, and I love it.
Yeah. Like we know what the rom-com's going to be, but
you read the manga, right? You've already seen them.
Yes.
You kind of know what's happening.
Yeah, I've been reading the manga because of this. So, but that good shit. We'll definitely be talking about the next episode when we record Monday, and hopefully, by God damn it will be up in time and not a month later.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna record because I'm gonna be busy now the next 2 weekends, so we're gonna be behind.
Because are you moving or?
No, so this weekend my family's in town. We're going to the Kennedy Space Center on Saturday, and we're going to Universal on Sunday. And then the following weekend is EDC, and I will be drunk and high out of my mind.
All right. Well, if that happens, I might record the specials with other people in the meantime.
Yeah, why don't you let's start maybe doing talk Keki Shop.
All right. That'll be a thing. There you go. If you're gonna be busy, let me know, and I will do that.
A pilot of Keki Shop. That might happen.
Alrighty. You'll find out. Well, hopefully this one doesn't take a month to go on the air, though.
Yeah, seriously. And by the way, for those who have been patiently waiting, side note, thank you so much. Our editor has been really busy.
Because I think he lost transportation.
Yeah, he's had some personal issues, and it's caused him to have a delay in our recording. No blame to him. We understand. Life happens. Life sucks.
But he knows we're saying it's in good fun.
Yeah. So, but for those who have been listening and diligently waiting for this episode, we appreciate the fuck out of you.
Yes, we appreciate you. I posted our episode from a month ago up recently. I did get a couple new comments, and they like us. They like us. They love us.
They really like us.
We did it, Ma.
Let me take a screenshot of this and put it up here. Let me take a screenshot so I can post it on our thing. And actually, no, I'll wait till the plugs.
Okay.
Real quick note as well. We're not going to talk about Demon Slayer this week because there was no Demon Slayer because it was delayed in Japan because of election coverage on their national channel.
Yep.
So no Demon Slayer. So we're good on that. Moving on. Pick the next one.
I will pick the next one. All right. Platinum End.
Let's do that.
Good God.
These
episodes are getting very fucking tense.
I can't wait. You haven't seen the new one, right?
No, we're holding on to that.
We're holding on to it.
But the previous episode, the cliffhanger.
Yes. Oh my God.
Jeez. Kanade, or Metropoliman, is a fucked up, intelligent individual.
Oh, he's super sick, dude. He is super sick, but goddamn is he smart. Seriously, a side question. Do you think he's like similarly twisted / smart in a way of Lelouch?
I'm gonna say no. I think Lelouch will mop the floor of him in intelligence.
I'm gonna say no, but he's in the same like universe.
You mean? Are you talking about Light? Because the same guy that made Death Note.
I didn't watch Death Note, so I can't.
Okay. Let's say
I will watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, because he does have that intelligence of Light with the God complex, but Light was a lot more careful and smarter than this. But but Kanade is still clever.
Yeah.
And man.
Okay.
But definitely a lot of good stuff from that.
Yes.
Those other guys that were dressed up as yellow and blue Polyman, you find out that they're actual good friends that were thinking about killing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Depressed about their grades and the entrance exams.
Yeah. So they decide to take a bunch of drugs and overdose, and all they do is end up throwing up on the side of it.
Yep. And they eventually get saved by the angels, but they find out they have only wings and the red arrow.
Well, they're grade ones.
Yeah.
For those who are not following, grade 2 means you only have
one or the other.
Yeah. No, grades 2. I think it's only. Oh yeah, you're right. It is one or the other. It is only one.
Yeah, then grade 1 is only red arrow
with
and
wings.
And high grade, you get all that and a white arrow.
And the white arrow, which means you can kill people.
Yes. But anyway, they go there. They find out there's 2 more polymans, a green and a pink.
Yeah, you're skipping as well because you're skipping the little girl.
Oh, I thought she was after them.
No, she was before them.
Oh, she was before them. Okay.
She was before them.
Basically, yellow and blue talk about, hey, because I know other people are here. Can they stand up, basically?
Yeah.
And then you see a little girl who only has, I believe she only has wings.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the cliffhanger, you skipped another part. Remember when they couldn't shoot the red arrow? It's because the guy had been shot with a red arrow.
Right.
We find out that the Metropolitan
Man shot this guy with the red arrow.
He was basically not Metropolitan Man, but somebody he shot with a red arrow and dropped him on the field. And keyword is dropped him on the field. It plays a critical part.
Yeah,
so,
well, we're gonna get to that in just a second.
Yeah, so when blue and yellow ask, like, anyone come join us, there's a girl with only wings, and she's like, I'm scared. I don't like Metropolitan Man.
And she doesn't want to die.
And she doesn't want to die. I'll join with you. Please come. And so they're like, okay, we'll come up to you. And Metropolitan Man's like, nope, psych, red arrow, bitch. Ah.
Yeah, like he just goes there out of nowhere, shoots her with the arrow, and then grabs her.
Yep, like a fucking hawk and a fish.
Yeah, and now he's back to his hideout.
And now it is 2-on-2. They had an advantage, and then it's 2-on-2.
Yeah, and now
now you get pink,
and now you get the green and pink polymans. They said they'll join them. You can show us the arrow to show that we're being honest and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But they did. They shot them with the red arrows,
and
they said they're ready to attack. But they find out that they're not
God candidates at all.
They're not candidates at all. And apparently during that, when that was going on, Polyman switched with the copy.
Yep.
And now he's in the middle of all of them and shot the blue one.
Shot blue first with a white arrow, kills blue, and yellow's like, what the fuck is happening? She's
shoots yellow with the red arrow.
Shoots yellow with the red arrow, yep. And then ties him and the girl with wings.
Yeah, but first though, he's like, how did you manipulate him when you already shot your red arrows? Oh, easy. Money.
Pay them a lot of money.
Yep. And he has that money. And now, basically, people are confused. Like, why is Metropolitan Man doing this? Because he's supposed to be like this good guy. Yeah. And he now shoots yellow
with the white arrow.
With the white arrow. Now yellow's dead. And now the girl's trying to escape despite
she's free. Yeah, despite the fact she's been shot with a arrow, she doesn't want to die. So that instinct kicks in. She's flying, but she's handcuffed to the rail of a dugout
to him. Yeah.
And basically, what's her name?
Mirai?
No, her name.
Oh, the little girl?
No, the Saki.
Yeah, Saki.
Saki's like, please, someone save her, someone save her, someone save her. And Mirai becomes Captain Save-A-Ho. And basically that's where the cliffhanger ends.
Yep. And we're like, God damn it. What a roller coaster though.
What a fucking roller coaster, bro.
This was just so good.
Also another unrelated thing. Didn't it feel a little bit like when they were doing like the switcheroos and the deception? It felt a little bit like JoJo, didn't it? Like you thought it was him, but it was really me. But it's not really me. It was I, Metropolitan Man.
Yeah, he does instant transmission and all this, and now he gets double the wings, double the arrows.
Oh my god, dude! Like this guy is a fucking slick son of a bitch, dude.
Right? Okay, good episode, good shit. Looking forward to the next one. See how that cliffhanger plays out. Now Platinum End.
You already did Platinum End. We just finished.
No, sorry. Paladin, Faraway Paladin.
Faraway Paladin. Let's do that one.
Gus got fucking clapped by Stagnant.
If I can make a request, can we Finest Assassin second to last and Jobless last?
Yes, that was actually going to be my plan.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I was saving Tensei for last after that episode.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We will definitely talk about all of that. But Gus was really holding his own on Stagnant, but Stagnant's like, fuck this. And
wait, no, you're skipping a lot. So basically,
no, they fought first. No,
they didn't fight first. So basically, all right. Let me break this. So Stagnant basically confronts Gus. Gus is shitting bricks, and he's like, you know what? I like your spunk though, kid. He's like, you played your part well. He basically reveals like his existence was solely to break Blood, Mary, and Gus of their existence universe, because the contract is as soon as you
I was getting to that.
No, you said he fought really well. Like that's way later, bro.
Well, I'm not because hey, Gus fought him, and then Gus got clapped because he thought he killed him.
Oh, you're talking about Gus starting.
Yeah, not William.
Oh, I fucking mixed them up.
Yeah, I'm talking about Gus.
Go man, Hontoni, go man, Matthew Kun.
Get your shit together.
Tired.
I know, we're all tired. But all right, I'll let you take over though. All right,
my bad. Now that I fucked them up. All right, so
all right,
Gus,
I forgive you.
Gus fucks up Stagnant, and he's like, "Oh, this is great. Like, you know, I'm glad I saved the day." And then Gus gets sliced the fuck up, and Stagnant's like, "Boy, if I didn't split myself into two entities before I came to visit you, I would have been fucked for a long ass time. But now you're fucked, motherfuckers." And basically, so he slices Gus, tosses Gus, a ghost, to the fucking side like a piece of shit, and then puts a hole inside of Mary and fucking Blood's chest. And fucking Will is just shitting bricks. He's like, "Oh my god," and you know, he's like, and he reveals to Will, like, your sole existence was to basically remove the ties to this earthly existence for Blood, Mary, and Gus, and you played your part fabulous. And again, fucking Will is just shitting bricks, and he's like, you know what? I like your spunk, kid. He's like, why don't you come join me? I'll give you 24 hours to decide. And he goes away. All right. And basically Will takes Gus, Blood, and Mary back to the castle and helps them sleep, and he falls asleep basically overlooking them, but wakes up and he's just upset. He's just very upset. And so when he wakes up, he's upset, and Blood says, talk to us. Why are you so upset? And so he reveals to the three of them, like, listen, I'm a reincarnation. I have memories of my past thoughts, and I don't remember my family. Or he's like, I remember my mom, but I don't remember how she died. I don't remember if I even cared. And I love the three of you guys. I care for you so much, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm trash. And they're like, no, you're fine. You know, you're going to do great. We believe in you. Go on ahead. And they're like, no, I'm trash. Like, I've always been trash. I'm always going to be trash. And Mary is like, slap. What if 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. Slaps the fuck out of Will, and basically says, like, listen, you're an idiot. Shut the fuck up. You're not trash. We believe in you. Blah, blah, blah. Basically gives him a pep talk, makes her feel better. Like, stand up. And he's still crying. Stand the fuck up. Oh, okay. He stands up. And like, it was like, bro, she fucking chewed the shit out of that nigga. So she feels better. And so they come up with a plan, basically, where Will is going to fight Stagnant. And so he fights Stagnant, fights him pretty decently, uses some trickery. He pretends he's going to accept his offer, then tries to tries to slice him, but it fails. Stagnant calls up a snake from under the ground, and fuck it. Well, first off, I'm skipping the fact that he had to face thousands of undead, kills several hundred, but because the numbers become too much, he pretends to accept the offer, uses the sword that he received from Blood, slices Stagnant up, and Stagnant's like, all right, this motherfucker, summons the snake. Snake bites him. He goes unconscious, and as he goes unconscious, he heads over to the spiritual realm, basically, and we find out that this spiritual realm, he's been there before, because this is where he came when he before he was reincarnated. And he sees do you know the goddess's name? Gracefield. So he sees the goddess Gracefield. Gracefield is the god of death and life, basically, and reincarnation. It's a real deity. And so he has a conversation about the meaning of life and the meaning of death, and making things like better, whatever. And Gracefield asks, like, do you want to go back? Like, I can, this could be the end, and you can live happily. And he's like, no, I want to go back. I want to save Blood, Mary, Gus. I want to live my life. I'm content with my life. I want to live a human life. And she's like, you're going to suffer a lot. You may not die a great death. You realize that, right? And he's like, yes, I'm accepting of that. And they have like this powerful conversation about life, death, acceptance, meanings of life. And she sees a great power within him and says, as long as you devote yourself to me, you'll have the greatest power from me, da da da. And she goes, yes. Like, are you sure you want to go back? Yes. Okay, awaken. And he awakes, and he devotes himself, like as we've said in the past, he has to devote himself and choose a god to be his blessing. He chooses Gracefield, the god of death and life, and he receives OP fucking power.
This motherfucker is OP as fuck. Really OP, bro. Like instantaneously kills thousands of fucking of undead. Kills the snake. Basically has fucking Stagnant on the ropes. He's on
Right.
the ropes, and so Stagnant's like, all right, no, I'm good, and he disappears. And so Will's like, oh, did I defeat him? Like, did he retreat? But you can tell that he didn't really because the
And then
sky
you
is
find
still
out.
dark. And then he puts two and two together and realizes, oh fuck, he went to the castle, and that's where the episode.
I believe that comes out tomorrow.
Yes. No, Saturday morning.
Saturday. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how that plays out.
Yes, I am too.
Very, very good shit. Moving on.
Meiruko.
Okay. Yeah. Miracle. Let's do it.
Do Meiruko because I like
We-
Tact.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say Senpai is annoying, but we'll do that next.
Okay.
We meet Yuria finally,
Yes, we do.
and you find out that she wants to like be the successor to Takeda, which is that fortune teller.
Yes.
And she goes, "Totally here's these beads, go away," basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually we flash forward. That place is closed, and she's trying to find out why. And it's because of Miko and Hana, because they were the last two customers. And we find out Yuria also sees spirits, but
Faintly.
later on, but she sees small ones.
Yeah, she can. Well, she can see small ones and she can see bigger ones faintly. Because remember she was seeing the spirits and they were the adult spirits, but they weren't like the humongous ones.
Yeah, she
saw like shadows.
Yeah, she didn't see the humongous one in that locker room.
Yes, that will get yes.
But basically now we find out that she wants to go after them now. Basically, to find out what's going on, like why she closed up shop.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what is it about those two? And then eventually, Yuria goes to Miko because she wants to confront her, and then he's trying to confront her about what's going on. And they're like, oh, like, yeah. And Yuria's kind of putting two together about Miko's like, hey, you can see them basically. So she try to goes to like put her through a test, like, oh, here's money or bottle caps for the little ghosts that collect the shiny object.
That reminded me of, wasn't that like that was a theme in one of the things we saw, wasn't it? One of the animes from fairly recently.
Which one?
Where they had like I swore I saw that. It was an anime it was a theme rather in an anime I saw where basically like you throw like little pennies or you throw like things. Oh, JoJo. I'm thinking JoJo. Do you know what I'm talking about? Remember where fucking you throw like little pennies or whatever and it was like one of the stands that loved like shiny objects and shit.
Oh, Harvest.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck Shigechi. Fuck Shigechi.
I hated him.
Yeah, I'm glad he died. You know, he did good shit at the end, but fuck him. Oh, but anyway, get out of my house. Focus, man, focus.
Focus.
Miko was still doing her best to ignore the little ghost, all that, trying to show that trying to tell like, hey, I don't see them. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're going crazy, type of thing. And eventually, you see this giant ass ghost, and Miko realizes that Yuria really can't see it. But she knows like she's the smaller ghost, so like that's why like her power's kind of shit. So basically, and she really can't take this ghost because it's like right in front of her. Like shit, I have to do something. So what does she do? Good old professional wrestling. Chokes Yuri out with the coquina clutch.
The coquina clutch.
Like,
The Minoru Suzuki sleeper.
Yeah, like, she's like, what the fuck you trying to do? Trying to pull tricks on me? Like, she was trying to make small talk with Yuria to ignore the ghost. Eventually, the ghost leaves, and then Yuria passed out. And then eventually, she wakes up in the nurse's room. It's like, oh, yeah, sorry for choking you out. You know, Hana's like, did you try to kill another student? No. But he's like, yeah, basically stay away from me. It's best that you don't talk about it.
And then fucking old girl's like, wait, did she say that she's gonna kill me if I ever tell anybody what happened? Oh my god.
Yes. Anyway, after that, you see Miko starting to walk home at night, and she's starting to be delusional. She thinks whoever she thinks is a ghost is not really a ghost. She saw someone sitting down by the stairs. She thinks it's a ghost, trying to walk past it, and then it grabs her. And then you find out it's an old woman, like she lost her way home. And she carries her to take her home. And during that, she sees a ghost again, and he starts saying numbers. And
4, 6.
And then eventually it led to another number or two.
4,
and
6.
And then you find out that the old lady was trying to open this combination of a lock. And then when Miko said the numbers, it opened up. So it was basically the ghost of her dead husband. And after that, she was like alive, like energetic type of thing.
She got her memory back.
Yeah, like she got her memory
became
back.
herself,
She was like, she was happy, she was active.
I felt that. That was so like.
That was a sweet moment.
I was very surprised that the ghost wasn't one of the nice white spirits.
Yeah, that's why I'm really curious like what's going on with the actual spirits.
And at the end, the ghost
he thanks her.
Arigato, and he walks away. Still black.
Wow. Okay, racist.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? He's a black ghost. There's a black ghost and a white ghost. I'm telling you what the fuck is in the goddamn anime. It's not like I used the N-word for the ghost.
Yeah, don't. Please don't. Oh God.
White trash ghost, and you got the.
Ethan, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck.
Breaking news: we wish Ethan the Kohai his best on his future endeavors.
No, you don't even get that. You don't even get that. Just Ethan's been let go. Goodbye.
As long as I don't use the C word, I think I'm good.
Yeah. Anyway, really sweet episode. We get scary, funny fan service in the beginning, the middle, but at the very end, we usually get those very nice moments.
What fan service do we get?
But I'm saying in general, that's not the phone. We get either one of those three in the beginning, but the very end is always like this nice moment.
Not all the ends are very nice.
I'm about to say we get like something like emotional, shying away from it, like the cats, the father.
That was, you notice so the cats and the father were back to back, and then there wasn't really anything really nice about the old scammer lady. I mean, she surprised her family by showing up, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be a scammer anymore." I don't think that was nice. I was just and then we get another nice moment. So it's not always nice. The first episode isn't nice.
But we get
second and third episode.
We get like certain moments that like make people want to watch more of the show.
For sure, that's the only reason. Honest to God, the nice moments are the only reason why I'm still watching the show. Like if there were no nice moments, I wouldn't watch. Because the fucking ghosts just give me the heebie-jeebies. I see these ghosts and like I literally feel the heebie-jeebies. It's not like even with all the fucking fan service. Like I watch hentai. I don't need to fucking see fan service in anime. I could just go before I go to bed like I do any other night and fucking pull up a fucking hentai, beat my dick, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need fan service in anime like that. So, but the nice moments keep me watching it.
Anyway, good shit. Moving on. Senpai is annoying.
Yes.
This was cute.
It was a cute episode.
Futaba was sick.
Futaba. What the fuck is a Futaba?
Hey, she might be a tiny girl, but she got a big dick. That's why it's called Futa.
Big Futa energy.
Big Futa energy. That's right. Futaba got a bad case of coldness.
She got a cold. She got COVID.
Yep. So because of this, she got sick. She stayed home.
I'm very curious to know, side note, because I just said that, will there be any animes that adopt COVID as an actual like sickness or like piece of a story?
I'm gonna say no.
So the reason why I say that is because Makoto Shinkai his next movie is based off of a post-apocalyptic like world where a disease, which is going to be implied as COVID, has run rampant. He has basically said that the COVID pandemic inspired his next movie. So, but I'm very curious to know if an anime would actually specifically say like COVID-19 has killed,
or does something else.
Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? Like I think COVID-20. I don't know. COVID-20 killed my grandfather, and now I'm depressed. And
if she's fucking 20, she's legal.
Anyway.
Takeda walks into work. He's like, "What's going on?" Futaba is sick. He's like, "Don't you read the group chat?" Like, "Oh, I don't have a smartphone."
They have the work phone, which is basically the fucking Nokia brick.
Yes. No, those people last.
No, they do. They do. One of my first phones was a Nokia brick. Actually, that was my second phone. My second phone was a Nokia brick.
Mine was the Motorola Razr.
No, so my first phone was a Nokia. My first two phones were Nokias. My first phone was a Nokia flip phone, and then I moved on to the Nokia brick. And then after the Nokia brick, then I moved on to the Sidekick. And then from the Sidekick, I moved on to the HD Windows phone. And then from the HD Windows phone, I moved on to Samsung Galaxy. And then from Samsung Galaxy, I moved on to the iPhone 5. And I haven't looked back from my phone.
Anyway, enough about phones. Futaba was going to call OG-chan, the grandfather, the muscular, green-bearded grandfather.
Is he like a biker gang member or something?
I don't know what he is.
You showed him on a fucking motorcycle driving.
All I know is he's got a granddaughter complex, it looks like.
Seems like it, right? What happened with her family? Like her mother, father?
I don't know, but she decides to not text him. He's like, he'll actually come here.
But she feels lonely.
Yeah. So she's like, oh, I'm going to go make dinner. Oh, wait, I don't have food. I'm going to go to the store while she's like covered up sick.
And
face
she's
mask
like
and all.
hallucinate. Yeah, she's getting to the door because she's really tired and
And
sick.
then she opens the door and you see Takeda. And he's like, oh, he actually went to check up on her. So
Yeah,
I thought
I
that
brought
was
you some
cute.
food and I brought you some energy drink. You should be fine. And then, Futaba, like, she's so shy and she's struggles with it, but then blurts out, like, I'm sick and I don't feel well. It would be nice if someone could make me the food. And Takeda, like, looks at her kind of funny for a second and was like, okay, no problem. You stay in bed. And he cooks her udon, her
Yep.
favorite.
Yep. And then eventually her fever went down and it was enough for Takeda to leave. And he finds out that Futaba collects stuffed animals.
And like stuffed animal.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And then eventually he leaves work. And then Futaba is eventually better. And to repay Takeda, she gets him a smartphone.
No, she doesn't get him the smartphone. He bought his own smartphone. She basically
I'm saying
says,
but she helps him pick it
yeah,
out.
she basically wanted
And the store owner's like, you get a phone for your daughter?
and fucking Futaba was pissed off.
Oh yeah, she's always pissed off. But during all this going on, Natsumi, the friend, catches them together. Is like, I don't know, what's this?
Oh,
Like you don't have someone, fucking liar.
you're just riding that big chimpo.
And then Takeda finally sets up his phone, and then we eventually find out that now he's sick.
No, so you're forgetting that he took like 5 hours to send one text message.
Oh yeah, that's right. It took 5 hours to send a text. Sakurai teases Futaba like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like, nothing. Just waiting for like, "Oh yeah, is that right? Yeah."
Yeah. I just love her. I love how she's like, oh, like she knows like everything, and it's fucking hilarious. And
she's easy to read. That's the thing.
I know, and I love the small interactions with Kazuma and Sakurai. I
love the couple.
I love them more than I love Futaba and Takeda.
Oh yeah, I agreed, 100%.
Sincerely, that's my couple of the shit, bro.
For right now, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
unless something wows us beforehand.
like Oppai.
Yes.
Well, Futaba has no Oppai because she's tiny. But in any case.
But no, Sakurai's gonna fuck Kazuma on the table.
Oh God, I can't wait for that.
You know what? She seems like the type that would.
She'll be. She's like, I couldn't help it. It just happened.
Yeah, and for other people that try to ask her out,
Right?
they're being cucked.
But honestly, Kazuma is so cool with everybody there. He's so chill.
Yeah.
I think that there's not gonna be any real hate for him getting the fuck or
He's not treating like a competition or anything.
No,
While the other guys are, he's just being casual.
Yeah, he's just himself.
He's like she likes me. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I can't control it.
Doste! Fucking chimpo, bro. Fucking chimpo, that's why.
But now Takeda gets sick.
And then he catches COVID.
Yep. And Futaba's like, first Sakurai goes to Futaba and say, are you gonna take care of him? Like if you're like, nope, I ain't gonna do shit for him. He could die. He could go die coughing.
If he dies, he dies.
Yes, he could go die alone like I wasn't. And then eventually
And so fucking Takeda has the same exact issue. Like, I should cook. Oh, I've got nothing in my fridge.
Yeah, he's been drinking beer. That's all he has.
Yeah, he had a fucking open beer can.
It's like oh yeah, that's a good way to break the ice.
Yeah, at least, he had a nice TV. You saw he had a nice
Yeah. And now eventually he goes to the door. Futaba's there now. She cooks for him.
He's like, oh, I brought you food.
You'll make a great wife.
You'd make a great wife. And she's all happy, nice and thing. And then as what's it called? She eats. She makes the udon for him. It's very nice.
I thought she made something else.
It might have been something else. I don't know. So he eats, and it might have been just ramen.
Yeah.
Might have been ramen. But in any case, he eats the ramen. Everything's good. He falls asleep, and Futaba just starts just staring at him, very cutely, just like, oh, look at my future man. Like, he's so adorable sleeping.
Yeah, but first she tells him not to tell anyone at work that she did this.
Yeah, before he falls asleep.
Yeah, and then he tells everyone.
No, you're forgetting that freaking. You're forgetting my favorite part of the whole fucking episode. So she's staring at him fall asleep, and she's like, oh, he's always had this chin hair, and she starts touching his face and touching his chin hair, and she's like, ow, that's prickly, that really hurt, and she wakes him up, and fucking Takeda is like, what are you doing? And fucking Futaba, she panics, and
I gotta go.
And karate chops his fucking neck, and he goes unconscious.
Fucking guy.
I died. I fucking died laughing, Matt, when I saw that. He's like, karate chop! He fucking went limp. And
and she runs away all embarrassed. Oh, that was my favorite part of the whole episode, dude. When she fucking karate chop. He fucking whip past that.
Definitely a tsundere.
Oh, it was fucking great, dude. And then yes, the first thing, don't tell anybody about it. And then he's like, "Oh, fucking Futaba came over and she cooked for me, and it was really cute and nice. She cooks really well."
Go fuck yourself. I'll kill you. Funny.
It was.
Right,
And that's basically the episode ends for them.
Moving on. Act OP.
God, visual. Fuck.
First, Anna. That is.
Anna's definitely got fucking no shitty.
Fuck. Keki. She got Keki.
She's definitely got the Keki. To Anna.
But what you call it?
Germans are assholes in anime.
What?
Germans are assholes in anime. That's the common trope. If you're German, you're probably a piece of shit.
Oh, you talk about Schindler, right?
Yeah, the captain.
Oh, man.
Fucking Schindler. Of all the fucking names they picked, fucking Schindler.
Yeah, fucking Schindler's List and all that shit.
That's literally the first thing I thought. I was like, of course they picked the fucking Nazi name for the piece of shit.
Right.
Surprised they didn't fight. We're going to see the fucking, one of the lieutenants under him is going to be named fucking Goebbels or something.
What do you call it? Tact, Cosette, and Anna, where their car broke down with a flat tire. It was getting flat. They go fix it, and then Cosette goes on her own because of more D2s.
Real quick before you continue, so you're missing that Tact. She asked Tact, like, Tact, change my wheel. He's like, I don't have a talent for that. And she's like, oh, but I'm a girl and I'm tired. You should change the wheel. So as he goes to change the wheel, he kicks the fucking jack and the car falls off the jack and it breaks. You didn't notice it, but it bent the fucking the axle of the car. But then later on, after fucking Cosette kills the D2s, the car is running perfectly fine. She changed the tire in 5 seconds with the fucking axle broken, and it runs fine.
She probably found a way.
What?
She found a way.
Bro, she just fucking hit it with her fucking giant ass, and like, oh, it's back to normal.
I mean, if Peach could use it as a weapon in Smash Bros.
Bro, she probably flashed the fucking axle, and the axle went straight. Ding. I popped him. I popped Matthew.
Shut the fuck up.
I popped my co-host. Woo!
Phrasing.
Anyway.
We see a train.
We see the train because Cosette, after she defeats the D2s, she lands on some train tracks. Coincidentally, when you land on train tracks, there's a train coming.
And she doesn't know that, so she stays there.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, before we continue, we missed the beginning of the episode. The beginning of the episode showed the captain in question that we were talking shit about a few seconds ago. And he's got pictures of Tact and Destiny, Cosette. And they're like, what should we do? Should we let the head maestro know? And they're like, no, we're not gonna bother him with this. Like, we have our own way. And you can tell he's just very sinister.
Are you talking about Lenny and?
No, you don't remember the beginning where? So again, they're basically at like the train yard, and there's like some underling, to deliver the pictures, and it's like, oh, should we let the head captain know? And Schindler was like, no, we're not gonna let the head captain know. I have my own way to deal. And he's like, plotting it out, and we see the 2D2s him, and there's like various looks like Polaroids of Cosette and Tact. And so they were planning to deal with them, I guess, on a later basis. I don't know. Coincidentally, again, Cosette lands on the tracks. The train stops. They look at the train and it says Symphonica organization, whatever, right? Right. And of course, who comes out of the train? But Schindler and his two fucking
music guards. I don't know the other one's name.
So you have Hell, which is
that's his actual one.
Yeah, and then Walkure is the one that, as we find out later, doesn't have.
Sounds like Valkyrie.
Yeah, it's Walkure. Wal, W-A-L, Cure, K, and then U with the 2 dots, the German 2 dots. I forget what that's called, but the 2 dots under the U, and then R-E, Walkure, if you were being German. Right. But in any case, they come out and they're like, oh, well, look what we have here. Like, oh, we're trying to get to there. And they said that, hey, we're trying to get to New Orleans. Like, oh, well, we're going to Houston. Houston's on the way. We'll give you a lift. Like, no, we don't need it. No, we'll give you a lift. So they managed to put the car on top of a train track, and they go through. And Schindler begins to basically question Tact and Cosette and Anna about what happened, but Tact realizes, like, this guy's a dick, and
Yeah,
so
so he doesn't. So he goes to like we don't answer anything.
yeah, Tact's a dick to him, and so they basically combine them to a sleeping cart. And say, you're not gonna move unless we move. And then Cosette's staring out the window. She sees some flying D2s and was like, D2s, fucking smash, like she always does.
And then we see Anna bent over again.
And we see Anna bent over again, and that ass, that Keki. She's got the
but it's called Destiny and Valkyrie start fighting the D2s on top of the train outside.
Which is pretty sick. Yep.
I think before that though, Hell goes to Cosette, say, "Hey, can I have your eyes?" type of thing.
Oh yeah. No.
Or was that after? Like
after
the first wave. After the first
That's after
wave.
the first wave. That's after the first.
Okay, yeah. First wave happens. Destiny, Valkyrie.
Yeah, they kill all the D2s. We see Valkyrie's really good. Oh,
yeah.
Really
and then we see Hell sitting around like, oh, this is fun. Like, why aren't you doing anything? I wasn't ordered to. The only time I attack is if Schindler is in danger.
Yeah, basically, we find out from Valkyrie that that's her job. Basically, is when she attacks when Schindler demands or when he's in danger. And so, they continue on, and part of Cosette basically deals the final blow to one of the D2s, and at the same time blows up a train track, and they end up being stalled out basically
for half a day
in a beautiful canyon. Oh yeah, beautiful canyon. As they're standing there, they're arguing about like, oh, whose fault is it? Like, you're stupid, blah blah blah. And then a whole flock of flying D2s comes, and so Valkyrie and Destiny continue the fight. And we see Valkyrie. It begins to be exhausted, like way more.
Yeah.
Like we find out that Valkyrie doesn't have a maestro. And if a music cart doesn't have a maestro, they use their energy a lot faster, which explains the correlation between Destiny and Tact and why Destiny continues to drain Tact's life force when the battles become more and more extreme, which we see occur almost to the point where Tact is basically on the ground, writhing in pain. And even though he's suffering and writhing in pain, and you see the blood, he's still like telling her what to do. And so.
But eventually, like, you see, like, she's like missing, hidden rocks, but you find out that was a plan.
Yeah. So he says, like, she tells basically. So he's all fucked up. Valkyrie saves Tact. And then Tact notices like what's going on. So Tact's like, Destiny, shoot where I tell you to shoot, and starts pointing. And so he starts shooting rocks. Valkyrie's like, are you fucked up? Are you stupid? What the fuck are you doing? Come to find out, it's to basically collapse the canyon. She collapses the canyon on the last bits of the flying D2s, and they save the day. Again, Valkyrie is exhausted. Tact and Destiny are tired, and then all of a sudden a humongous D2 comes over, like just shows itself, and they prepare themselves to fight again.
And then Hell's like, hey, can I have fun now?
And Schindler's like, you have my blessing. And fucking Hell is a goddamn psychopath and fucking kicks the fucking thing twice, full force. And blows up the humongous D2 with 2 kicks.
So it's like, well, thanks for coming.
She's got rollerblades, like, so we see
like her weapons are rollerblades, stuff like a sword or a gun.
A sword, right? Valkyrie has a sword. I think.
Valkyrie
has a sword. And Destiny has a sword / gun or knife / gun. Yeah. And fucking Hell has some fucking rollerblades that are super sharp, and so she kicks the fucking guy twice in the face, and he blows up. She is OP as fuck. And so the episode.
God damn.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting is before I move on, basically Valkyrie and Tact end up becoming like close. They end up forming some respect amongst themselves after the fight when Valkyrie recognizes Tact as a comparable maestro. And I'm sure that'll play off later on. But in any case, the episode ends. Basically, they arrive in Houston, and Schindler is like, listen, like that work you did back there was really good. You would be perfectly competent. Like, if you were in the actual Symphonica, I want you to work under me. Tact's like, nah, we're good. Fuck you. And they all leave, and this pisses off Schindler. Schindler's like, I'm never gonna forget the name Tact, whatever his last name is. I forget his last name.
Asahina.
I was gonna say Anohana. Asahina.
And then Schindler tells Valkyrie, "Fuck off now, you're done."
Yeah, we don't need you anymore. She said, well, he tells her that before the thing with Talk happens. But yeah, says the same thing. Basically tells Valkyrie, we don't need you anymore. You were just part of a plan. Goodbye.
We'll drop you off here. So she'll probably join the group.
Probably will, I'd imagine.
Because I don't think the last time we'll see.
No, I definitely don't think so. I agree. I
So
wonder.
we will see.
Valkyrie also gets embarrassed when fucking Tak says like, "Oh, you have a really pretty name," and it reminds her of he said the fucking the composer Bach.
Right, Sebastian Bach.
Valkyrie has something to do with Bach. I don't know if that's part of a composition that he made or anything like that. We should look that up at some point after the show. But basically he says Valkyrie and correlates her to Bach. It's really pretty. He says basically that's really nice. And she gets super embarrassed. Like I guess she's never been complimented by a man before or something. She becomes super red-faced. And it was cute. And basically the episode ends with Alice pulling an all-nighter because Tact and Destiny fall asleep from their battle and they pass the fuck out. And so they're pulling an all-nighter. So good ass shit.
Very good shit indeed.